Hi, I'm Barney, editor of dpreview.com, and this is the Sony Cybershot RX1R Mark II. Now, this is a compact camera with a full-frame sensor inside it and a 35mm f2 lens. And despite the very different form factor, this has a lot in common with the A7R Mark II, Sony's flagship interchangeable lens mirrorless camera. You can't shoot 4K video, and obviously you can't switch the lens, but aside from that, they have a lot of features in common. Compared to the original RX1R, the Mark II version offers several major improvements. The most obvious is a completely revamped autofocus system, with 399 phase detection AF points covering most of the frame. This greatly improved system continues to accurately focus in low light, which addresses one of our major complaints about its predecessor. Eye-AF is a welcome addition and works very well, identifying the nearest eye of a human subject with remarkable precision. Having the same sensor as the A7R Mark II means excellent resolution at low and high ISO sensitivities, and near market-leading dynamic range in RAW mode, allowing for lots of potential for post-capture adjustments. Low light, high ISO image quality rivals the best full-frame cameras. The RX1R 2 produces very nice JPEGs, and that's thanks to a JPEG engine that actually balances detail retention and noise reduction unusually well. But really, this is a camera for RAW shooters, and it's in RAW mode that the RX1R 2 really shines. For absolute best results, Sony has included an uncompressed RAW option in the RX1R Mark II, which we found makes a real difference when making extreme adjustments to RAW files, and just in general around high contrast edges, where compression artifacts can otherwise be an issue. Uncompressed RAW gives maximum quality, but at the expense of very large file sizes. Files hover around 80 megabytes each, compared to JPEGs that are typically less than 10. This slows the camera down and eats through memory card and disk space. In a further effort to maximize image quality, Sony has included an innovative switchable anti-aliasing filter in the RX1R Mark II, the first of its kind. Without going into too much technical detail, this allows you to select from maximum resolution, with the risk of moiré patterning, to best moiré control, but at the expense of some detail. With the anti-aliasing filter turned off, detail resolution is excellent throughout the aperture range of the RX1R Mark II's 35mm f2 lens. With 42 megapixels in play, we found it's best to be safe and treat 1/60th of a second as a safe minimum shutter speed, but ideally stick to 1/100th and shorter durations. This is especially important when shooting within the macro focus range of the lens. A welcome improvement in the RX1R Mark II is the addition of a built-in electronic OLED viewfinder, rather than the clunky add-on finder of the original RX1R. With 2.3 million dots, the new viewfinder is excellent, and although it does protrude from the top plate, it doesn't add too much extra bulk. Unlike the articulating rear LCD screen, it can easily be retracted when not in use. If, like me, you tend to shoot with your eye to the finder most of the time, Sony makes a lockable rubber viewfinder hood that offers a more comfortable experience. When attached though, it does prevent the finder from being retracted, and is so fiddly to attach and detach that once it's on, you'll probably want to leave it on. Sadly, the hood we were sent isn't as durable as we would have hoped for, but your mileage may vary. Speaking of long-lasting, or not, the RX1R Mark II's battery is the same WD NP BX1 found in the first generation RX1R. Rated for around 200 shots, actual real-world experience has unfortunately shown that in some shooting situations you can expect much less. In temperatures around freezing, we're in the habit of holding the battery in a pocket or slipped into a glove, and placing it into the camera only when needed. This is not a great way of working for obvious reasons. Fortunately, Sony is shipping the RX1R Mark II with a handy USB-powered charger, so you don't need to plug the camera in to charge the battery as with the other RX series Sony compacts. Also disappointing is the generally quite sluggish performance of the RX1R Mark II. Make no mistake, despite its high price tag, this is still a Cybershot camera. There's the same lengthy startup time, the same lag before you can zoom into any of the images you've captured, the same confusing, rather passive-aggressive error messages when you try and do something before the camera is ready or when it's somehow in the wrong mode, and the same slightly confusing array of AF modes. Despite not offering any form of steady shot image stabilization in still capture mode, the RX1R Mark II will still flash a reminder at slow shutter speeds that this non-existent feature is turned off. This is more of an annoyance than a serious problem, but it can be very distracting. Although Sony has added a moderately friendly tiled home screen option for its menu system, the RX1R Mark II's menus are still a mess. Dense, confusingly arranged and lengthy, there's still no option to save frequently accessed items into a sub-menu, something that competitors have been offering for years. On the topic of things that competitors have been offering for years, the RX1R Mark II lacks a touchscreen, which although not essential, would really have helped improve the user experience in some respects, especially when it comes to AF placement. Despite those frustrations though, the RX1R Mark II is a very good camera capable of excellent images. It may be a couple of firmware upgrades away from true greatness, but even right now, its various little quirks are outweighed by its abilities. Thanks for watching.